I've dug through everything I could find about what's coming in 2025, and honestly, it's insane. Before we dive in, I believe the most significant AI breakthrough in 2025 will be AI's ability to improve and enhance itself. Let me show you exactly why. First up, let's talk about AI agents because this is huge. OpenAI is dropping what they call an operator agent in January. This isn't just another chatbot, this is an AI that can actually use your computer. We're talking writing code, booking travel, handling complex tasks, all the stuff you'd normally have to do yourself. Now, this leaked through the information, which is super reliable when it comes to AI news. And get this, in a recent staff meeting, OpenAI basically confirmed it's happening in January. Sure, with AI timelines being what they are, it might slip to February, but we're talking about a matter of weeks here. But here's where it gets really interesting. They're not just releasing one agent, they've got several agent projects in the pipeline. One of them is specifically for your web browser. Sam Altman himself talked about why this is game changing. His example, instead of having an AI call one restaurant for a reservation, imagine it simultaneously checking 300 restaurants to find the perfect spot for you. And since those restaurants will probably have their own AI agents answering calls, it creates this incredible network of AIs working together. Google's not sitting this one out either. They've already showcased their customer agent demo using Gemini and vector search. I've seen this in action. Imagine seeing a shirt in a video and the AI can find it, check prices, availability, and even handle the entire purchase process. That's exactly what they've demonstrated. But the real game changer is how these models are improving. The progress from 01 to 03 happened in just 3 months. That's insane. Instead of spending years training new models from scratch, they've found a way to improve existing models in months using synthetic data generation. Now let's talk about physical AI because 2025 is when robots get serious. Remember that Boston Dynamics demo that blew everyone's mind? That's just the beginning. Companies like Tesla, Figure, and 1X are pushing what humanoid robots can do to a whole new level. Physical intelligence. This startup that just got 400 million from Bezos and OpenAI built something called Pi Zero, the first foundation model for robotics. These robots can fold clothes, pack boxes, and do all sorts of tasks completely autonomously. And with new simulation tech like Genesis, robot training is becoming 10 times faster. But here's something nobody's talking about enough: infinite memory. Microsoft's head of AI literally confirmed this is coming in 2020. Think about it, AI that never forgets anything you tell it. They've already got working prototypes. This changes everything because it means you can build genuine long-term relationships with AI assistants. What's wild is how fast these models are scaling. Just look at the math. In research level problems, we went from 2% success rate to 25% in 3 months. And this is with the old compute methods. Companies have found this new way of scaling using synthetic data that's way faster and more efficient than anything we've seen before. Moving on to AI video and visual generation because this is about to get wild in 2025. We've already seen some insane progress with tools like Google's model. Check out what Jason Saar did with it, creating entire short films with AI. But here's the thing, this is the worst it will ever be. Think about that. By the end of 2, they're probably looking at 4K resolution, perfect consistency, no morphing issues. And let's talk about hardware because this is where things get really interesting. Jony Ive, the Apple design genius, is working with OpenAI on some kind of AI product. We don't know exactly what it is yet, but when the guy who designed the iPhone is working on AI hardware, it's going to be something special. Alexa's also getting a massive upgrade with Claude AI integration. Amazon's been quiet in the AI space lately, but this could be their comeback. They're calling it Remarkable Alexa internally, and it's supposed to be a complete reinvention of what a voice assistant can do. Here's something wild, that AI school. They're launching an online charter school taught almost entirely by AI. Academic instruction is cut down to just 2 hours, and the rest focuses on life skills, critical thinking, creative problem solving. They're targeting 4th to 8th grade students. There'll be human teachers in the loop, but this is basically the first real test of AI education at scale. Now, the really mind-blowing stuff is happening in what they call thinking models. Google's introducing Gemini 2.0 with something called Flash Thinking. It actually shows you its thought process. This isn't just about getting answers. It's about understanding how the AI reaches its conclusions. And the Model Context Protocol, this is huge. It's basically solving the problem of how AI interfaces with different data sources. Right now, connecting AI to databases, Google Drive, PDFs, it's a mess. Each one needs its own setup. But with MCP, you get one universal standard. Companies like Google, Block, and Apollo are already jumping on this. The security implications are massive too. Two-way secure communication between AI and data sources is going to change how businesses handle information. We're talking about enterprise-level AI that can safely access and process sensitive data. Speaking of enterprise stuff, workflow agents are going to be everywhere in 2025. Imagine AI that can automatically gather business leads, handle customer service, manage your email, all while learning and improving from experience. The days of manual data entry and basic automation are over. These agents will be able to understand context, make decisions, and handle complex business processes without constant human oversight. Let's talk about something something that's going to completely change how we interact with AI. Deep research capabilities. Google's already released this insane tool called Gemini Deep Research that can browse millions of websites and create full research reports. I've been using this daily, and trust me, it's just the beginning. We're looking at AI that can actually understand and synthesize information across the entire internet. Project Mariner is another game changer. I've seen the early demos and it's wild. Imagine a Chrome extension that can actually navigate websites for you, find information, and complete complex tasks. It's not just automating clicks, it's understanding what it's doing and why. Now here's something that most people aren't paying attention to: the rise of open source models. Look at what DeepSeek V3 is doing. 60 tokens per second, fully open source, and it's beating closed models in benchmarks. The crazy part, they're doing this with way less compute than the big labs. China's showing us you don't need 150 million to build something competitive. They did it with 5 million. Let's wrap this up with what might be the biggest shift of all: the economics of AI. Remember those compute costs I mentioned earlier? Right now, getting top tier AI performance is insanely expensive. We're talking 5,000 to 6,000 per task for the high end stuff. But here's the thing, these costs have to come down for AI to go mainstream in 2025. The solution? Companies are working on what they call inference optimization. Instead of just throwing more compute at the problem, they're finding smarter ways to run these models. OpenAI has already said they're releasing a mini version of Z early in 2025, followed by the full version later. And speaking of OpenAI and Microsoft, their definition of AGI is fascinating. They've put a number on it: 100 billion in profits. That's their benchmark for when we've hit true artificial general intelligence. For context, OpenAI is still losing billions yearly and doesn't expect profits until the real transformation in 2025 won't be any single breakthrough. It'll be how all these pieces come together. Agents that can think and act, models with infinite memory, physical robots that can learn and adapt, and AI that can improve itself. We're not just looking at better AI, we're looking at AI that can actually understand and engage with the world in ways we haven't seen before. Let me know in the comments what you think about these predictions. Are you excited, worried? What other developments do you think we'll see in 2025? Don't forget to hit subscribe and that notification bell to stay updated on all these AI developments as they happen. I've also got some exclusive AI workflow tools over on my community that you can check out. Link in the description. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive into AI's future, give this video a thumbs up. Really appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one.